Hello and welcome to our fourth day in Acts 15. So James has been speaking and he's about to deliver the verdict. Well, he's already delivered the verdict, but he's about to issue a letter to some of the churches in the north, basically telling them the decision with regard to whether Gentiles need to become Jews or not, whether they need to be circumcised in order to be saved and be part of the church. But before I get into that, I wanted to show you a little picture. A gift has been given to Indiana Wesleyan University and also to Wesley Seminary. They gave us two scrolls. This is an excerpt of Genesis. So it starts, with Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. It starts. This is a picture of the very beginning of the scroll. That the School of Theology and Ministry has. I'm not sure whether it would work. It's probably not ideal, but I'm tempted after I'm done with Acts, about 13 weeks from now, to start going through some part of the scroll and maybe to teach a little Hebrew. Wasn't my plan. I was planning to go into either Kings or Isaiah after I finished Acts. But we'll see. Maybe you can chime in and tell me what you prefer. The thing about using the scroll, of course, is it doesn't have the vowels underneath. The nice thing about the usual Hebrew Bibles that you would study as a Christian in seminary or undergraduate school is it has the vowels underneath. So this is a lot harder to read than, and certainly difficult to learn on. But I'm fascinated with the idea of maybe using the scroll after I'm done with Acts. Tell me what you think. We'll see. Okay, back to the business of the day. Then it seemed to the apostles and to the elders with all the church, having chosen men from them, to send into Antioch with the Paul and Barnabas. Okay, this from an English perspective, there seems to be something missing here. Some translations say they just make the apostles and the elders decided. Probably it's literally something like, then it seemed good. We almost have to, in English, insert the word good. It seemed good to send these guys to Antioch. But anyway, this is dokeo. It is aorist here because a C is the key to hidden sigma. So we have a sigma epsilon, which is the same ending as a sigma epsilon nu, but there's no movable nu there. That movable nu is meaningless anyway. So this is aorist active indicative third singular. That's the augment, so it's from dokeo. This is the same word we get Docetist from, by the way. The Docetists were an early Gnostic group that believed that Jesus only seemed to be human, that he really didn't take on flesh. That's not important right now. So then tote. Then it seemed good to the apostles and to the elders, that's dative, with all the church. Having chosen exceeds the key to hidden sigma alpha. So this is aorist middle, because if it was passive, it would have a theta eta. Aorist middle participle, accusative masculine plural here. Wow, why is that accusative? And it's from eklego, to choose. Therefore, it seemed good to all these people, them having chosen men from them to send into Antioch. So this is a hidden sigma. C is the key to hidden sigma. Sigma alpha is aorist, so this is an aorist active infinitive. And so now here are the men. Who are these chosen men? Judas, the one being called Barsabbas, present passive participle, accusative masculine singular, and Silas. These are both men, leading men among the brothers. This is a participle, present passive participle, or present deponent, I guess. Hege omai, it's deponent. So it has a middle or passive form, but we translate it actively. Men leading among the brothers. So they're leaders. Verse 23, having written, so they're going to send, having written, C is the key to hidden sigma alpha, this is aorist, Aorist active. Maiont is an active participle, so it's aorist active participle. Nominative masculine plural from grapho. To send, having written through the hand of them. So these people are going to maybe they're going to even take the dictation. And so here's what's going to go in the letter. Capital Omicron. It's a quote. The apostles and the elders, brothers. There is a textual variant here. Not all manuscripts have the brothers. I just noticed. I was looking at some of to make sure I didn't miss any interesting points. It looks like most manuscripts have brothers here, but some have a and the brothers. So and the. Some manuscripts have and the here. But the what are usually considered the best manuscripts read exactly like here. And this seems like a more difficult reading. Usually you pick the more difficult reading because a copyist is more likely to have fixed things than to have intentionally made them more ambiguous. So anyway, the apostles and the elders, brothers, now here's interesting, to the brothers. So in between the article and the word it goes with is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. So it's according to Antioch and Syrian Cilicia, brothers, according to the Antioch and Syria and Cilicia, which is interesting because this doesn't include Galatia. It doesn't actually include the places Paul and Barnabas went on their first missionary journey, right? It doesn't include Cyprus. It doesn't include Pamphylia or Galatia or Pisidia. Doesn't include any of those places. Cilicia is where Paul's from. So it's kind of a peculiar letter in that regard. Brothers, from the Gentiles, brothers. So this isn't for Jews. The Jews still have to keep the law as far as James is concerned. This is to the Gentile converts. Hello, Kairein is a standard greeting. So greetings, something like that. Standard way to, your standard ancient letter had the X to the Y, hello. So the X is the apostles and elders, brothers. The Y is to the brothers at Antioch and Syria and Cilicia, who are from the Gentiles. And then there's the hello part. Hello, Kairein, greeting. Okay, verse 24. So that's the introduction. Now we have the body of the letter. Since we heard, aorist, active, indicative, first plural, that, noun clause, certain from us, so some of these Pharisees who believed, I suppose, having gone out, they were troubling you in words, or they were harassing you. What's a good translation for that particular word? They were troubling you, tarasso. C is the key to hidden sigma alpha. Hidden sigma alpha is aorist, active, indicative, third plural. This is aorist because the elf, aorist, active participle. They troubled you with words, doing something to your souls, upsetting your souls. This is a present active participle. Maiont is an active participle. All the letters of the present are there. Anaskuadzo, nominative masculine plural. So troubling, upsetting the souls of you by things that, this is a relative pronoun, by comes out of the dative, things comes out of the fact that it's probably neuter, that because it's a relative pronoun, by things that not we commanded, by things we didn't command. We didn't tell them to tell you to go get circumcised. That's not from us. They came up with that themselves. Only one lambda, so an internal lengthening and an alpha, so this is an aorist. There's the augment. Diastello. So it's aorist, middle, indicative, first plural from diastello. It might be deponent. Let me just check on my handy-dandy notebook. It's actually a Greek New Testament. I don't see the word. So let's go with it just being middle. Verse 25. It seemed to us, there's that, it seemed good to us, having come to be together. This is again the aorist of genomai. It has a gen, so it's not in present. Not the present stem, it's the aorist stem here. Aorist middle deponent participle. Men are passive participles or middle. Having come together by men, having chosen men, so us having chosen, this is dative plural because it goes with us. It seemed good to us, having chosen men, so this is again aorist because the hidden sigma alpha, middle participle, having chosen men to send to you, aorist active infinitive, with the beloved ones of us, namely Barnabas and Paul. They're our favorites, kinda. Okay, verse 26. They are men having handed over the souls of them on behalf of the name of the Lord of us, Jesus Christ. They have entrusted their souls for the name of Christ. This is perfect. See the reduplication there. Kappa tells me it's perfect active as well. So it's perfect active. It is a participle. It's a dative plural participle. So the men having entrusted, and it's still they've still entrusted their souls. They haven't taken them back from the Lord. Okay. And now the final slide for today, and we finish up the letter. Verse 27. Therefore we have sent Judas and Silas. Perfect. You can see the kappa alpha. So it is indeed a perfect active indicative, first plural from apostello, to send. Therefore, we sent Judas and Silas. We have sent, and they're still sent. In fact, you're reading this letter, which means they're still sent. That perfect. We might call that an epistolary perfect. There's also an epistolary aorist. Basically, it's already happened by the time they read the letter, right? That we have sent. You're reading it right. And from the standpoint of you reading it right now, we have sent in the past, and they've still sent Judas and Silas. Even them, I don't think this "and" doesn't work real well. So even them, through word, announcing the same thing. So they are verifying it. This is a present active participle. Mount is an active participle. Both the lambdas are there, so it's present. Present active participle, accusative masculine plural to go with autus. And then autos, when it has the article on it, means same. Verse 28, for it seemed good. Notice this idiom. We just have to put a good in there for it to make sense in English. For it seemed good to the Holy Spirit, to the Spirit, the Holy, to the Holy Spirit, and to us. Yeah, we're on the same page. Nothing more baros, nothing more burden, no more burden. Epitithesthai, to put upon you. So this is it's the present stem because it has the reduplication. Thetas reduplicate with a tau. Funny reduplication because it's epitithemi, it's a me verb. So it's middle, present, middle, infinitive. 6 out of the 7 infinitive forms, and I. It seemed good to the Holy Spirit and us to put no more burden on you except these, the necessities, the simple bare necessities, the anyway, okay, I'm not going to pull it off. So these necessities, verse 29, and these are the things we heard yesterday. To abstain from things sacrificed to idols. So this is to abstain. It's a present middle infinitive from apeko. Things offered to idols. This is interesting. The Greek word that would normally be used is hierotheuton, something sacrificed at a temple, or something holy sacrificed. Jews at some point, it's kind of like my grandfather used to talk about not television, but hell-o-vision, where he kind of switched out the words. So the Jews had switched out hierotheuton for idolotheuton. It's not something sacrificed at a temple, it's something sacrificed to an idol. Fun with words. So we're talking about a sacrifice here. Now it could be meat, could be grain, I suppose, but probably meat. To abstain from things sacrificed to idols, and from blood, and from things strangled, and from porneia, which I think see Leviticus 18 if you want to know what Paul has in mind there. James in this case. Okay, so those are the four horsemen of the Gentile table fellowship. Okay, from which things keeping yourselves away from, well, you will do. So stay away from these things. This is a present. My aunt is an active participle, present active participle, nominative masculine plural from diatereo. This is a reflexive pronoun, keeping yourself. You is well, or good, well. And then proxite, C is the key to hidden sigma. So this is just the future active indicative, second plural. Now this is goodbye. Goodbye. It's a standard letter ending. Paul doesn't really use it in his letters, but it's the standard way to say goodbye. It means something like be healthy. The word is ronumi, so it's a kind of a weird form. It is an imperative here. It's passive. The st tells me it's passive, and apparently it's perfect. That's kind of a funny reduplication of sorts. So it's a little irregular, but it basically means be well and stay well. And there you have it. That's our Greek for the day. So tomorrow we won't finish Acts 15, but tomorrow, Lord willing, we will finish the Jerusalem Council part of Acts chapter 15. And then next week we will start on the second missionary journey, Lord willing. Have a great day.